Hello, everyone. I'm Colleen van der Zijden, and this is Creating an Inspired Life. I'm so happy you're here today watching and listening. Where I live, we have 4 feet of snow, and it was 12 degrees. I think it's about 7 degrees now. And I keep saying I've got to move down south somewhere, and I'm going to keep that in mind for the winter because this is craziness, let me tell you. I'm a medium, and I'm a certified spiritual life coach. And as a medium and a life coach, I help people create a better life. That's really what I do. It's my passion, and I love to do it. Tonight's coaching tip is all about staying balanced. We've all had situations in our lives where something may happen and it knocks us off balance. We're very emotional. The emotions can send us in a different place. We don't feel like ourselves. We might be more stressed, more emotional. We might not even have the capability to be patient if something is going on, or even to take care of ourselves. Because when we're not in balance, we don't feel right and we don't know what's going on. When we're not in balance, when we're off balance, we aren't really centered in who we are. And that reduces our joy. And we never want to reduce our joy because we want to be creating the most joyful life we can possibly have. And I was reminded of the importance of being in balance the last week or so because I had this situation that came up again. And I fortunately was also reminded that I had some ideas on how to get back into my balance, how to get back to being myself, to being centered in myself. Now, I have 2 ideas that I use when I'm off balance, and they're both interconnected. So sometimes we'll use one first, then the other, but they go together. They have to go together, and they can be used for any situation that you're having, any kind of problem you're having that would be something that really affects how you're feeling. And I'm going to give you the ideas right away, right from the beginning, and then I'll tell you a little bit about my challenge that I had. The first idea is to stand in your power, and you want to stand in your power by knowing what your needs are and speaking your truth. Very important. Stand in your power, know what your needs are, and speak your truth. The second idea is the more internal one of remembering to reconnect to our inner self. We want to reconnect to that inner self that we have inside. This is the calmer self inside, the more peaceful self. And by just taking a few minutes to breathe with the intention of calm, peace, the intention of letting go of emotions that aren't serving you anymore, just to give yourself some time that rebalances your emotions. Just this few minutes of quiet. It's a little meditation kind of, but it's really just breathing and being still. So those 2 things go together. You've got to stand in your power, and you've also got to recognize your inner self and the power you have within yourself. Okay. Now, with my little issue here, it's all about my internet. And if you follow me on Facebook, on my personal page, you would have seen this. I have been with the same telephone and internet company for over 30 years. They've been a great company. I took them into consideration when I was buying a new house. They're wonderful. However, in the last few weeks, like 5-6 weeks, the internet has gone out repeatedly, and not just out for a minute or 2. I'm talking for days, okay? It's gone out and out and out. And by the 6th time, I was really losing my balance here. I couldn't figure this out. I would call the company and I would say to them that what was happening, and they would tell me that I had to do some troubleshooting. Okay, I had to do some troubleshooting, or they wouldn't write a repair ticket. But if I didn't do this troubleshooting, then nothing would happen. So I would spend literally hours on the phone trying to figure out what was wrong. And there was never anything wrong with the connection in my house. It was always down the street, at the box down the street. And no matter how many times I told the people that's what the problem was, they wouldn't listen to me. So if there's one thing I really dislike, it's wasting my time. And I don't want to sit there on the phone for hours trying to figure out what's wrong, knowing full well it has nothing to do with me. I am a very patient person, and I can go with the flow. But my internet, if that's not working, I start to lose it here. So when I was thinking about this, and I'm thinking, I got to get back to balancing myself and not letting this bother me. How many times does life throw something at us that irritates us and frustrates us? and causes us to step outside of our center. It can be as simple as the internet dropping out. And I'm looking at my screen, which tells me I'm having a poor network connection right now. And oh my goodness, that's just going to send me off the deep end again. I got to breathe, get back to myself again. And I can see that everything that happens in our lives is important, and it helps us see what's going on. But we can get irritated at simple things. You know, we drop something we really love and it breaks, and that can irritate us. We might see somebody or talk to somebody and they say something and it sets us off. You know, it can be something outside of our control. Great. So something outside of our control that could be going on. We don't feel balanced. And what happens is in our mind, we start thinking about this. Well, you know, this should have happened. Why did this happen? I have to do this. And I get stuck on things, you know, sometimes, and you probably do it too. We get stuck on things and we don't really know where we are, and we can't think. And so that's when we start to lose the balance. Now, I always feel, and you know this because I've said this before, it's very important for us to feel our emotions. If you're irritated, angry, frustrated, you need to let it out. You need to feel it. We do have to be careful, though, with these emotions because, as you know, sometimes our emotions can affect us to such a point that we're not balanced and we're not centered. You know what happens if you respond to somebody in anger or frustration. You will not get what you want, number one, and you will also create more problems probably. And it never helps us. It just doesn't help us. But we can use that energy in a positive way. So if you're upset about something, you know, take a second, you know, breathe a little bit, and then use that energy. So for me, what I did is I stepped into my power and I contacted this company and I told them, I said, you know what, I've been your customer for over 30 years. I love your company, but not the last 5 or 6 weeks. I'm very unhappy and I am considering switching service. And I don't want to, but I may have to. And I wasn't a jerk about it. I wasn't yelling at them. And there were people in my house who wanted me to be yelling at them, but I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? So I was very clear with what I needed and I spoke my truth. So for me, the first step for rebalancing was to speak my truth and to get it right out there. Let them know. You know, and I needed to acknowledge that I was doing that because it wasn't so long ago I had a problem speaking my truth. I would not stand in my power. I wouldn't tell a company, oh, I'm thinking about switching, or I don't like your service, or even a person, because I don't want to cause any more problems. I don't want to be a problem person, that kind of thing. So I have to, standing in my power involved acknowledging that I was doing something. I was taking action. I was expressing my truth. That's very important. If you're not somebody who is very good about expressing yourself or putting your truth out there, even knowing what it is, it's good to learn how to do this and to step into that. And even though I was irritated, I still kept it pretty under control, which was awesome. And then after this, well, actually, when you're standing in your truth, there's something you should consider, too. You have to make sure you're dealing with the facts. If you're just saying all the time, I'm angry, I'm unhappy, I'm this, I'm that, and just giving them emotions, that's not helping either. You've got to stay with the facts, because when you stay with the facts, you're not getting all messed up with the emotions. The emotions will kind of cloud your judgment and cloud what the facts might even be. So you've got to be able to step back a little bit and look at it so you can be clear. We don't want our emotions to be in control. So if you stay with the facts, that will help you move out of the emotional dismay that you might be having. And I had to do that too. And so when I realized this too, and just reminded of it, I had to take some time and just sit with myself and just sit for a few minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just breathe and just let go of the negative emotions. Just come right back, and solely for the purpose of attracting nice emotions into myself, to be positive. It's so easy. It's 10 minutes, 10 minutes to do. But how many of us don't do that? How many of us don't take that time to even rebalance ourselves a little bit with the emotions before we take action, creating bigger problems? And it's so easy to do, but we forget about that inner part. But the only way you're going to stay balanced is to deal with the external parts of what's happening physically in your life, the situation, as well as what's happening emotionally within yourself. We have to balance those two together. When those are balanced, then you are balanced. It's amazing. And it is true. I'm not giving you a line or anything. I have done this myself many a time. I found if I don't do that emotional balancing thing, then I won't feel better. I may have solved the problem, but I'm still sitting there moaning and whining in my head about what happened. So I have to step out of that energy. Sometimes you'll breathe first. and take that time before you step in your power, which is good if you tend to be a reactive person. Sometimes you can just step in your power and then get rid of any leftover emotional energies afterwards. And it's very important for us to recognize the power we have within ourselves to do these things, to shift what's happening. We don't have to put up with crap if it's happening. We don't. And if you stand in your power and express your truth, that's helping. Helping? That's not even a word. Helping. And then if you can also deal with the emotional aspects, that will help you balance. And that is my coaching tip of the day. A couple of ideas on how to rebalance when you've got crap going on in your life. I hope you try them out the next time you have some crap. And you know you will, because we all do. And if you're just joining in, I'm Colleen Vander Zyden, and you can reach me at ColleenVanderZyden.com or PsychicMediumColleen.com. You can also follow me on Facebook, Colleen Vander Zyden, Medium and Self-Empowerment Coach, and I would love to hear from you. And what we're going to do now is take our first caller, who is Jessica from Australia. Jessica, how are you today?
Good, thanks, Colleen. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. So what can I help you with today?
I'm just really after any messages that are for me, or really as well as if I'm really choosing the right career path in 2018.
If you're choosing the right path, did you say?
Career path, sorry.
Oh, career path. Okay, thank you. It just kind of cut a little bit. It's probably my internet. Here you go. What can I tell you?
It's probably so far away as well.
Yeah, we are far away. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, maybe I shouldn't have talked about internet tonight. Anyway, so as I'm touching in with you, I have to say, I like your energy. I feel very positive with your energy. Do you tend to be one who does look at the silver linings when there are problems?
Sure do.
Okay, good, because that's what it feels like to me. Because it feels like you've got that, okay, I'm going to have fun talking about you. Because I feel this sense of you being a very kind and caring person, very loving, somebody who takes care of other people, actually to a fault, though. You do that. Sometimes you forget about yourself a little bit. But you've got that positive energy that works really well for you. And even if you were in a field that you didn't really like, we always have to get those jobs when we first start out. Even if you were in a job like that, you would do your best and you would do it very well. And because you have that sense of integrity that's very important for people. And I have to say, do you happen to work in the healthcare or education fields? Because you've got that energy about you of taking care of people.
I look after kids with a disability at the moment.
Okay. And is that where you're planning to continue on with?
I'm actually hoping to look into a different career path of casework or something like that. So that's because I've done the same role for a very long time.
Okay. And that makes total sense to me. And I have to tell you what I'm seeing, though, for you, because I'm feeling you being in charge of things. I'm feeling you being in charge of people. I still feel you interacting with people, like customers or clients, patients, whatever you want to call them. I see that and I feel that as well. But I'm also getting this sense of you. How do I put this? It's like you're training other people. That you're giving them direction as well. So if you haven't considered yet moving into some kind of a management kind of position or something that oversees other people, I do feel that that's coming to you at some point, okay? And that's going to be a great field for you. The problem you'll have with that, if that happens, is that you'll want more direct contact with your clients, your patients, whatever they happen to be. You'll want more direct contact, and you'll figure it out, so it'll be okay. This is awesome. And, boy, have you applied for some new jobs?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And have you done 2 interviews for one of them already?
Yeah, not face-to-face yet, but, yeah, there has
Okay. That one, for some reason, that feels pretty good to me. So I hope this works out because I like the feeling of it and that message of the 2 interviews already. And is there Should you be finding this out by the end of January?
I beg your pardon?
If not, should you be finding this out by the end of January, if not sooner?
I'm hoping, actually, yeah, definitely. I'm hoping to start before the end of January.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. So, because it's really interesting. January seems to be quite important here for this. This is nice. Uh-huh.
I hope so.
I have, you know what? I have to tell you, I have no worries about you in your career path, because whatever you do, whatever happens, it's going to be just perfect for you. And every single thing leads to something else. Wow. I have to tell you this too, and I suppose I should stop talking too long here, but I have to tell you, I am getting such goosebumps for you, which usually tells me that the person I'm talking to, you, is somebody who really is up there to make a difference. You know, you're going to make a big difference. So. And it's important. It's not just the difference for other people, but also yourself. There's a huge sense of you being connected with so many people around you. Okay, I'm going to go off track just a second here. Have you ever looked into doing any kind of metaphysical work, like energy healing or anything like that?
No.
I would encourage you to check into this a little bit, and check into, there's a few different kinds of energy healings out there. There's Reiki, there's quantum touch is very good, and reconnective healing. But for some reason, I want to tell you this, and I'm not telling you to, become a healer and go out there and become a professional healer. But I feel that it's going to be very important for you to understand the depths of energy work and how you can use it for yourself and other people. So keep that in mind. A
lot of people have actually told me that I am very spiritual.
Okay, because it all goes together in my head right now, the effect you have on people, and with everything else going on, there's a depth to you that I don't get to experience a lot with people, and I'm very much enjoying it because it's fun to talk to somebody who just, there's so much potential and opportunity with you. Okay. Well, anyway, Jessica, I would just talk to you all day apparently, but I do have another caller I see. So I'm feeling good. January looks awesome to me.
And there's no spirits that need any messages to me, or?
I think somebody's been talking from the other side, but I didn't even, touch in with it because I just got so excited about your energy.
Okay.
They will come through and show me all sorts of things. So I was kind of like, wow, I got to talk to her. So you have a lot of positives around you. And I do feel spirits around you as well. Oh my goodness. There's just so much with you. I could spend so much time talking to you. I know I could. But I suppose I'd best not right now anyway. I do want you to, if you could remember to just send me a message, like through my Facebook or something, Colleen Van Der Zijden, medium and self-empowerment coach, just to tell me how the job thing comes out, because I'm just curious. I'd like to see how it works out because it just feels so right to me. So I just want to know, curiosity and all that. Well, Jessica, thank you so much for calling. I guess I should move on to my next caller, but thank you so much. It was very much enjoyable to talk to you.
No worries. You have a great night.
You too. Thanks for calling. And that was Jessica from Australia. And it's so much fun to connect with people with energy. Sometimes people ask me, how do you do that on the phone? I'm like, I don't know. It just happens. The energy just works. And it just works the way it's supposed to work. And I love it. It's a wonderful thing. And we are going to move on to Jen in Pittsburgh. Jen, you must have some snow. Do you have a lot of snow in Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Oh, I work in Erie and I play in an orchestra in Erie, and wow, the snow they got down there, and I guess you must have gotten a lot of that. How many feet do you have?
Well, I'm in DuBois, and I have like 2 inches, so I don't like snow, so.
Wow, isn't it funny how that works? That's craziness. It is crazy. So how can I help you tonight? Do you have something in particular you'd like to talk about?
I'm just waiting, I don't know. There's a certain in heaven, I don't know who's going to come or don't know. I just want to know.
Okay. I feel a male stepping in with you almost immediately as soon as you started talking. And I have to say, his energy comes through on the younger side to me. Okay.
Yeah.
And he seems to be a bit of a talker. And there's a lot of enthusiasm here and a lot of passion. Who is this man to you?
Oh, we're friends. Yes, yeah.
He's kind of crazy, isn't he? I like him. He's kind of crazy. Is he a little bit of a charmer as well? I seem to equate charmer energy with this kind of energy. Is he a little bit of a charmer? Okay. Yeah. I like him. He's fun. Yeah, he's a fun one. You know, it's very unfortunate. He passes so soon. And I'm getting all sorts of weird feelings in my body. And lots of times when spirit comes in, they show me in my own body how they pass. And I'm getting lots of different things happening. And I really don't know what it all is. And it just feels like a lot of stuff. And it feels too soon for me, of course, obviously. But you know what I have to say? He's perfectly content. He is so happy. I have no, it's for him. He's funny. It's all about a game. Life is about a game with him, and he's playing the game from the other side. He must have been something. Did he get in a lot of trouble when he was younger, doing whatever he wanted?
No.
Because he's, okay, good. Because he gives me that. Oh, you don't know? Okay. Well, you know, he's a good guy, and he's very smart. You know, he's very, very smart, very intelligent here. But there's that freedom with him that comes through of doing what I want to do and playing the game and having fun. And with that sometimes comes a little bit, I always wonder if they, got in trouble when they were younger just because he's so free here. He tells me you're a lot like him in some ways, too, because he says you're a lot of fun as well. Are you a little crazy yourself? I mean that in a good way. I mean that in a good way. Because
he's in trouble,
Yeah, he's fun. Oh my goodness. I know. He's talking about you. Have you noticed things happening around your house since he's passed? Things disappearing, things being misplaced, just weird things, and wonder if it's him playing with you?
No, in Walmart, I think that was him in Walmart 2 days.
Okay.
Yesterday, is that him?
Okay, because I want to be messing with you. I just want to be messing with you. I want to do things and just kind of get your attention. And it feels like, even though I know he can be a lot of fun, and I feel that intelligence.
He is fun.
And I feel that sense of him recognizing the loss within his people here. He's recognizing that loss right now, and he's getting more serious now. He's recognizing the problems people have had in dealing with him being on the other side. He really wants people to remember the fun and to be as light as possible, with the joy, and not focus so much on his passing. He understands the loss and things like that. Does he happen to have a male that would be important to him that's still here in the physical?
I don't know.
Okay, there's a mention. Okay, I'm going to tell you what he's telling me, because there's a mention of a younger male here in the physical, and he's giving me a little bit of concern for that person. Just kind of wanting to look out for them a little bit more. He gives me the impression that this person is a little bit on the quieter side and wouldn't necessarily share their emotions in terms of loss, if something's not going right.
I was talking to Mark, his picture, and Dusty was going to kill himself, and I was concerned, and I prayed because of Dusty, so I think that was...
Okay, that makes sense to me, because it's this feeling of concern, wanting to make sure everything's going to be okay, and getting... just being there, I guess, is what it comes out to be. So apparently you did the right thing, because I feel that is what the situation is. That is good, because there is that feeling of wanting to look over this other person, your friend on the other side. I feel like I need to be looking over people here. Yeah, he says that he would get really mad if this person were to kill himself. He would be mad about it. Okay.
He did. It was 7 months anniversary now.
Okay. Okay, so he says that. Okay. I am only getting my 2-minute warning here, so I do want to finish, see what else he has to say about you. He's thanking you a lot for being in his life and being there for him and being such an important part, because I do feel like you guys go together. I can see a little of, you guys must have had some good conversations.
We just loved him. We loved us together, you know.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And it's a great connection with the two of you. And that's still there. And now that I've talked about him messing with you, don't be surprised if more things start happening. So I should warn you, just in case, because there may be more things. So I don't want you to freak if something happens. You just talk to him. If something happens, you just say, hey, well, stop it, or keep going, or hey, what's going on? What do you want to know? So just carry on a conversation, and they love when we do that. So just do that. Isn't it funny? Spirit is so interesting. It really is. Well, Jen, thank you so much for calling, and I'm so happy I got to talk to you and your friend.
Thank you.
Yes, you have a good New Year.
Okay, thank you, and Merry Christmas. Bye.
You too. Bye. And that was Jen from Pittsburgh. I'm so happy everybody has been watching and listening today. I'm Colleen Vanderzijden, and this was Creating an Inspired Life. And that's what I'd love to do, help you create your best inspired, most awesome, unique life. You can reach me at psychicmediumcolleen.com. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Colleen Vanderzijden, medium and self-empowerment coach. And I would love always to hear from you, and check in there, and you can see what's going on in my life, and I'll see what's going on in yours. You have a great week and a happy new year, and I will see you next year in the new year. See you later. Goodbye.